When I met Michael Jackson, I was definitely taken aback, and I couldn't really find common ground for us to speak on. But that was also because Mike too,
Yeah, he's not the most common folk guy.
Yeah, but Mike would do weird. He'd do weird stuff. He wanted to talk about action figures and comic books and stuff like that or whatever. And I'm like, I'm 15 years old.
Oh shit.
So it was like,
you actually had a lot in common. You're like, what's your favorite train?
Right. So it was like the conversation he wanted to have with me was kind of beneath my age, but at the same time, I'm in awe of the person. So I'm willing.
Well, at 15,
to engage with that.
He had went below what you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, he had. I met him at the.
I'm thinking you're an adult.
I met him at the NAACP Image Awards. I was summoned actually, and I won. And then one of the ads came to my chair at the after I got my award, and she said, "Mr. Jackson would like to meet you." And she was being coy on purpose, and she kneeled down during a commercial break, and my mom and dad were sitting next to me like, "What do you mean?" It was like nobody knew he was in the building. So he was a surprise, and he was downstairs in the basement. And I guess the game he was kind of running was everybody who was winning, he was having them come downstairs and greet him. So that's another conversation.
Did he
about
talk?
celebrity.
People said, I've heard the lore that he talked in a deep voice. Or at times would, or the high voice was more of something he put on.
I would believe that just like he enjoyed costumes, that Michael had many personas, and based on his mood, he would give you what he wanted to give you. So I don't doubt that he had a deeper speaking voice.
But do you think that was his real voice? What was the real voice then?
I wouldn't doubt that that the deeper voice was his real voice. I can see that he. It's hard to believe, but there's some celebrities who are so savvy about celebrity that they will turn themselves into a character of sorts.
That's like Paris Hilton. Like she did an interview in her normal voice, and everyone was like, "Whoa, what happened to the squeaky high pitch? Kind of like, hi guys," right. Because then she's speaking normally, and you're like, "What? Like this is just a completely different person." So I imagine that's the same thing with
some
Michael
celebrities
Jackson.
are so savvy like that, and I wouldn't doubt that with Michael, because I think Michael almost became bored with adult bad intentions. And so every interaction just became gamesmanship.
Yeah.
For him. And Prince was that way too. That's why he and Prince they were oil and water.
They didn't get along.
They were.
They were rivals.
Well, they were rivals, but
for no real reason other than that they're the biggest pop stars.
Prince.
They're both so eccentric. Like I can imagine there would be that clash.
Prince, I'd have to say Prince was very jealous of Michael because Prince felt like he was a musician. And he could play all these instruments, and he felt like just musically, he felt like he had so much more talent than Michael.
Right.
But Michael was beloved. And so it was almost like an athlete, like anytime Prince had to I want to show that guy up. I want the world to know that I'm better.
Yeah.
Prince made it an issue. Like even with We Are the World, there's a whole, have you seen the We Are the World documentary?
I've seen some of that.
It's very consistent with what I know of those two, where it was just like, they wanted Prince there, but Prince was, working the whole angle from the phones through Sheila E.
Yeah.
Like, well, what's going on down there? And who's singing what part? And I don't know if that's for me. But still wanting to know everything that's going on in that room.
Yeah.
On some rival stuff.
Right.